Starting the demonstration, decreasing the front neckline, and return knitting the back piece, skipping identical steps. Decrease the neckline as per the chart. Work 24 stitches, centered on the left needle bed. Key knit 1 row with the cast on yarn, then move to position A. Move 12 stitches to position. Keep the 12 at D and adjust the cam levers to I. Can knit a row, tuck the yarn under the D position needle, then knit another row. Now start the neckline return knitting. Move 3 stitches, right of D to D, then knit a row. Tuck the yarn under the D position end needle, then knit a row. Follow the chart to continue the return knitting. This marks the neckline. Final return knitting step for shaping. Complete the neckline's return knitting. Then use the cast on yarn to knit each D position needle and move them to A. Can knit 2 rows by moving the carriage. Execute the final decrease, a 411 reduction. Post decrease. Keep knitting until reaching row 96. Finish the 96 row armhole section. Can knit a single row by moving the carriage. Move 5 end needles from the right to D. Can knit another row by moving the carriage. Tuck the yarn end beneath the data position's end needle. Can knit a row by moving the carriage, then repeat. Move the carriage to knit a row. Adjust the main carriage cam lever to position I. Can knit a row by moving the carriage. The slanted shoulder section is now complete. Switch yarns. Knit a few rows, then remove from the machine. Move the carriage left and place the row counter on the left. Set the row counter to 44. Set the main cam lever to I and tighten the cast on. Move the needle to position A. Shift the 12 left collar stitch to D. Now knit back for the left neckline and sloped shoulder. Follow the same steps as the right side. Demonstration only, no explanation. Set needle cam to, at position I, knit a row, cut yarn. Switch yarns, knit a few rows, then remove. Tighten start yarn, move needle to A. Switch yarns, knit a few rows, then remove. Remove comb and pull starred yarn. Remove extra yarn. Pick up rib, hem stitches with transfer needle. Slightly tighten. Here's the neckline result. The tightened hem lies flatter. Right side up, transfer the main loops to the needle hooks, and remove the extra yarn. Flip the front piece. Transfer its loops to the back shoulder loops hooks. Each needle now holds 2 loops. Remove the extra yarn. Push the back loops behind the latches. Keep the front loops in the hooks. Move needles to B, aligning front and back loops. Advance to D, then cast off with the latch tool. Now the necklines are 1 per the diagram's calculations. The collar totals 168 stitches. Advance 168 stitches to D, then make an empty pass. Move the needles back to position B. Then alternate them to position A using the push plate. Set the density to 4++ with a spare thread. Knit a few rows. Then switch to the starting thread for 1 row. Switch to the main thread and knit 3 rows alternately. Increase the machine density to 5++. After 6 rows, set the density to 6+. We'll knit 6 more rows for a total of 12. Convert the fabric to single rib using a transfer needle. Transfer the neckline loops to the needles one by one. Set density to 8. Knit a row. Then bind off to finish the ribbed edge. Remove the spare and starting threads. Proceed to sew the opposite shoulder in the same manner. Repeat the previous steps. Now let's speed things up. We'll skip the details here. Use the transfer needle to adjust the rib edge, following the same method as for the bottom edge. Move the 2 central stitches to position D on the machine. Pick 1 stitch from each side of the shoulder peak and hang on to the machine needle. To count the stitches on the garment piece, flatten one side of the knit along the needle bed, down to the shoulder space. Lift and hang the loops on the machine needle, randomly placing the middle section, for a total of 85 stitches. Knit 170 stitches for the shoulder rib edge, following the neck rib pattern. The shoulder rib edge is 12 rows long. The process is the same, so we'll just demonstrate it without further explanation. Finally, sew the front and back pieces together. Sew by picking up loops from the rib edge bottom and the first stitch outside. Sew every row of the rib edge by picking up the thread. After sewing the rib edge, move on to the plain stitch section. Sew the plain stitch section the same way as the rib edge. We won't demonstrate this part again. After sewing the plain stitch section, stitch and secure on the fabric's wrong side. Then cut the thread. Stitch the shoulder ribbing from the bottom same as before. Neck ribbing is stitched the same way. No more explanations or demos here. We finished knitting the vest in this lesson. We've just learned the double rib pattern. We adjusted the cuffs and collars, and brushed up on basic stitches and reading charts. After class, don't forget to finish your project and share it on the platform. Tag our channel so I can see your work. If you're eager to learn more, DM me to join our community. Next time, we'll tackle simple pattern garments. Can't wait to show you.